I got a call from my friend Bill. He asked me to come by and check out some new potential.
Got this project on a trade.
You trade in vehicles?
Yeah.
Unheard of. There's one you don't see every day.
There she blows. 65.6.
65 Corvair. Interesting. I've never worked on one. I don't know anything about them.
Wow. I'm busting new ground if you haven't ever worked on one.
This thing is straight, man. This isn't what I was expecting. You never know what's going to turn up in Bill's driveway, but Corvair, it's kind of an odd duck. If you're talking odd ducks, you just found one to work on it.
But I love the body style. It's very cool looking.
It
Hard
is.
top. I have a nice young man here that's been eyeballing this ever since it came on the property. He works for me, and I'd love for him to have that. He'll always remember.
19-year-old kid pulling into college like this, talk about a chick magnet. Forget about it.
Yeah.
The fact that Bill really just wants to share his passion and knowledge for cars, you know, with pretty much anybody he can get a hold of and bend their ear a little, that's a message I can get behind. This thing looks real clean, man. What do you want to do to it?
That's my question to you. What do you got in mind? Spin them wheels.
Pretty funky styling, man. It's definitely, it's like, is it a muscle car? No, it's too small, but it's got kind of like the hips, Impala, Camaro,
Yeah.
sort of like that. It almost makes me feel like the Ghia influence, like the Carmen Ghia and the VW stuff, where it was kind of a different take on that German styling. This has like a kind of an Italian feeling to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Typical public opinion, the Corvair isn't like, you know, the prom queen. It's not the stellar best car in the universe for whatever reason. It's got opportunity in pretty much any direction. It's just old. Kind of like,
Here I am.
it's kind of like us.
I know something about getting old.
A little rough around the edges, but got good bones.
It's got some bones.
Got dual exhaust.
2 carburetors, Mr. Russell.
Wow, dual carb, 6-cylinder. You're always coming up with these things, man. My cars usually just look like a haunted house inside. This thing is clean. You know, growing up, some kids are into baseball cards, you know, wheeling and dealing. Bill's a lot like that, but with cars. He's always got something coming or going. That's my kind of hobby. Got a cool sound. It's kind of VW, but it's got a thump. The interesting thing about this car is the styling is pretty dead on. You know, my first go-to thing is chop the top, and I love the shape and the angle of all the glass. It has very little pillar structure supporting the roof. It's pretty low profile as it is. I don't think it needs a chop at all. Feels a little like VW with the engine in the back and the valve lifter noise, but it's got like power right now. It's cool. So looking around at it, I see a few things right away that I think I can enhance. You know me. I get my unicycle and rubber chickens, and the show will begin. The first thing I always look at is like what looks like stuck on, you know, like when the designers made their first clay model of the car, right? It's like it didn't have any accessories, it was just the line and the shape. You know, for me, it seems like these taillights, I feel a little bit weird about them. You know, you're looking at the back of the car, you got rectangle band, underlining, and then 2 more rectangular bands. And then you just got 4 dots stuck on there. That bugs me. I think I want to start with the tail end, sir. I got a couple ideas. As they say, dig a hole and find your way through it, right?
You used to scare me, but I'm over that. You don't scare me anymore. Like you told me, it's only metal.
Bill and I have been around each other for so long that at this point he is unfazed by my caveman approach. I know exactly the relative degree of crazy he's looking for, so it's not going to be like super far out stuff you might see with another unnamed client. Now what do we do?
Dots needed.
Got 2 big holes in the car. You know Victor, my buddy Victor, he's got all the taillights at his house.
Oh, yeah.
We've been through a couple projects, and one of them even went complete through to paint and still had no taillights, so I'm trying to avoid that for you. Victor and I went on this lowrider adventure with this classic Riviera that he got from my friend Jack. We did a ton of custom work on this, and it was looking really good until Victor got stuck on the taillights.
Let me just see the other taillights on the back before I could make a decision on if we're gonna take jacks off or not.
And the selection process didn't stop there. Victor went on a shopping spree, seemingly buying every taillight you could ever conceive. It almost started to look like a taillight museum in his shop.
Now I'm not confused, but I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't want to say I told you so, but why didn't you leave Jack's freaking lights alone? It would have been done.
I just couldn't stand looking at him, man, you know? And as they say, the customer is always right, no matter what kind of twisted rabbit hole it leads us down. He's got a lot of lights over there. Some of the ones he didn't use, I think, might fit this perfect. I felt a disturbance in the force, and sure enough, here comes an SOS signal from Mr. Spaceship himself. All right, yes. Wow, yeah, just getting the filler on there changes everything, man.
The DeSoto, the Chrysler, the Ford, it's like, come on now. It was meant to be.
This whole idea began when Victor had this concept to build this 50s-styled futuristic show car, and then the junkyard search. We started out with a DeSoto, a front grille from some other car, fenders and a hood from 50-something Ford, and of course a Crown Vic police car to put it all on top of. Started out as a real hodgepodge.
Check this out. As you walk over here, look at this. You got this old Chrysler DeSoto line, then you got these round fenders, and then the hood's this big old bubble.
I know, and it just goes right to the headlights. It's super interesting.
It flows. Look at this thing.
I gotta agree with Victor. You know, as much stuff as we jammed together on this project, the lines work. In fact, the wheelbase works, the fins really work. It's a pretty slick setup. I feel the rims are perfect, you know? Something about them, they're just like artillery rims, right? But they're cast.
Yes, and you notice these are polished aluminum.
A lot of people rely on proven templates to complete their projects, but Victor's a man who's willing to take risks, and I like that. Yes, the back end came out perfect. Yeah, when you told me you were putting a caddy bumper on the back, I'm like, what? So those aren't taillights anymore, that's the exhaust.
That's
Those are
exhaust.
the thrusters.
And I just put the cover on it so you could see, but it needs a little bit more depth, so I'm gonna sink that in. And there's gonna be some lights, you know me, with something's gotta twinkle somewhere.
Right. Looks darn close to being finished. What else did you want to change?
Well, bringing that up,
Yeah.
check this out over here. It's all minor. This is just minor.
It's all minor. Yeah. One loose end we still have is the headlight area. Victor always gets stuck on one thing. The headlights are that issue on this project. You can see the steam starting to come out of his ears. He's getting stuck.
The back's done now. The front's gotta blend with the back. So what does this remind you of, right?
Yeah, I love the angle like that. It makes it look really aggressive. And then, you know, we could put anything over the top. I could either blow a bubble for it or maybe some kind of a mesh, who knows, but that works. In Victor's defense, this is a pretty tough area to figure out. Whatever this grille shape is did not belong with those Ford fenders, so hopefully he doesn't run into the same situation with decision making as he's done with the taillights in the past. Of course, Victor's getting started on the interior, but there's a few unfinished pieces. As you remember, it had a roof. The rear window is now the front window. So now with the back window being in the front, it's got nothing surrounding or supporting it, so it still needs that.
I had two options on this, Ian. One option, continue this tubing all the way across, or I do something in a poster to match upholstery.
I always saw it with a round tube over the top and then maybe like dingle balls just set across the whole thing.
No, I already have that on the last car I built. Oh no, on my first car, Evolution, I got rid of the dingle ball.
I see. Victor knows I'm a fan of the absurdity. Him, not so much. He's not going for that joke. That's something from Victor's past, you know, the early 1970s, the Cheech and Chong style. I think he's just evolved from that.
The interior, I got some guy stitching some crazy stuff with some crazy color. You know, it's gotta look like a spaceship. It's gotta have different colors, it's gotta have line, but then it's gonna be subtle.
Right, just like the rest of your cars.
Right.
The old wild, subtle spaceship trick. Works every time. No matter how many of these crazy projects I do, it's always the thrill of the process that gets me satisfied. You know, it's this part of the game where it really starts to come together.
You take care of this, I'll get the interior finished, and then we figure the front end, and I'm a couple weeks to be completed. I mean,
Yeah.
we're that close.
My plan to finish off this windshield detail is to use a piece of round tube that'll make it very strong. You can bodywork it, paint it, upholster it, whatever. End result being, if you get out of this car, you're naturally going to want to grab the top of that windshield. You don't want to break the glass. And you see that matches that dimension perfectly. So I'll just make pie cuts through here, I'll bring that contour down, finish it off, bodywork it, install the dingle balls. You're ready to go.
Ready.
Yep. Using the grinder and putting the multiple slices in, it's allowing it to curve without having any kind of a manual bender. So the trickiest part of this whole thing is where the curves become very tight. No amount of this slicing will do. You're just gonna have to piece it in separate shapes and then bodywork it in the end. We're getting really close to wrapping this project, and I think I'm gonna start practicing my moonwalk. Once again, a visit to Victor's wildly enhanced taillight emporium does not disappoint. Out of all the stuff he had there, the minute I looked at these two, I knew we had potential. Check this out. They are 67 Camaro. Look at that. I like how it really pops some chrome into the car too. This being the base model, I was thinking, shine it up, give it a little more bling, because it is just very red at the moment. You got these vents in these little rectangle shapes, top and bottom. Now the tail lights will be in this little rectangle shape, I think. If you know me, you know I like to mix things up, but sometimes keeping it in the family is just the right trick. I think a little Chevy in this Chevy will make it work. That being said, this doesn't look like such a simple install. We're up to a little resistance as usual. So we got a very straight taillight bezel. But these panels, I mean, look at the curvature in that. From point A to the top of the hill, right? Therein lies the issue. Bill's a guy who's got a lot of stuff. It's easy to use the term hoarder, but I would consider him more of a consummate collector. Read that. I mean, who needs an advertisement after reading that yardstick? If you look at the yardstick and the way the flatness comes across, look how deep into the car body it is over there. That's pretty substantial. And how does one remedy that? Substantialness. If I was to just make a flat panel and bolt these on, it's gonna look cross-eyed. These are gonna appear to be like a V shape. I want these to be just like the way the trunk lid comes across. I want this to be perfectly straight. So I gotta do a little whamma-jamma on this and see if it works out. I don't know where I heard the story, but the Camaro apparently had some influence from the Corvair or vice versa with the concepts. I don't know anybody who has a problem with the Camaro in general, right? It's kind of a hit. So looking at the taillight issue, hey, maybe putting a little of that hit mentality into the odd duck will bring it up a notch. I got 2 words. Mm-hmm. One of the more common ways to deal with this depth difference is by Frenching. You'll see Frenched antennas, French taillights, French license plates. I don't know who the French dude was that invented it, but it stuck. And it wasn't Roussel. Maybe I want to French this whole thing. The idea of Frenching something in was purely like a custom trick. It just made it appear different than stock. It also adds the ability to kind of make something fit where it may not otherwise. Bill's never-ending well of scrap metal should afford us some round stock. So I'll frame these taillights out in this round stock. So we got to pull a nice radius bend around that. I think that'll do it. Ring-a-ding-dang. And now for my next circus act, fire. Stainless steel, so it's a little bit different when you heat it. Really holds the heat, as opposed to, say, aluminum, which spreads the heat out. Red hot, stick it in there. There it is. That will sit outside that just by about that much. Cool. So let's do this 8 times. Building the frame that surrounds the taillight is just the first part of the process. After that, we'll build the sheet metal surround that'll sink it into the panel. Come a long way from dunking them in the toilet. We're all civilized now. All that this is representing is that this is the car and it surrounds the new taillight trim. I'm not gonna make both at the same time because if it don't look right, I'm only half wrong. As the old saying goes, a broken clock is still right twice a day. But that's not the case with these taillights. If it don't look right, no amount of squinting is gonna make it appear correct. What I think we're gonna have to do is bend this bezel to meet the body and then sink it back. Part of the way I build cars is just by trying something and adapting. I don't always know what I'm doing. So it's kind of a dance. There it is. Aha! This looks really good now. Totally fits in there. I'm just gonna tack it in and figure out how I'm actually gonna mount the housing. I think for simplicity's sake, I can go ahead and mount this right to whatever I'm creating and just let this bezel hang off this. It's got 2, 4, 6 big old screws. All in all, it looks like a whole lot of screwing around. Let's just set up this generic piece that will receive that. The car is surrounding this bezel at this point there, and then this is the back wall of the housing, but we need a wall around here to tie it all together. Setting in lights like this, you gotta think sort of inverse. You gotta think of it inside out. They're not being applied to the surface, so everything is happening behind the scenes, and you gotta build it in that capacity. Just when you thought you were safe, the old jig strikes again. No metal scraps get left behind in this operation. It's gonna come in like so, nice 90-degree bend. The bottom line here is it's just gotta look right. There's no other rule. I like it sunk way in like that, but hey, that's just me. So that kind of gives it the half and half right there. The simplest way to put it is kind of shadow play. You got this chrome element sunk inside what's gonna be a painted surface, so you don't want the chrome to seem buried, but you don't want it to seem like it's popping out of the car in an untasteful way, I guess. So yeah, there's a sweet spot in there. There's still a lot more welding to do, but it's all about proof and concept, right? So by pushing this in just a little bit, I think it sells the deeper sink on the outward curved part. And my eye doesn't seem to mind that that just pops out. It filled that whole back panel out just perfect. Pretty neat. French fries, French bread, French taillights. We made some progress on the back, but we still got 3 more sides to this story. On to the next. Now I'm back to work on the Corvair. I got into the shop early to get those taillights tidied up before Bill comes in. After I sorted out all the issues on the passenger side, the other side came out easy breezy. Just as I'm finishing up, here comes Mr. Bill on his trusty green steed.
Hi, Ian.
We got a little taillight swap finished up for you. Check this out.
Look at that. No more little dots. What a beautiful job.
Another stroke of luck.
That's very cool. Very, very cool.
I almost ran out of room. Like, this fabrication took up the height of that entire back panel. But width-wise, I mean, I feel like it's an improvement.
Well, it makes the back end of the car.
Yeah, for sure.
No question. I don't know what else you would do to the back to improve this car. That does it.
That's one thing I think Bill really responded to. When you see the depth, when you see the way it works, I think he's really satisfied with that. Try not to overcomplicate anything on this. I want it to look pretty much like a Corvair, just a little slicker. It's like the one thing that I wouldn't want to see, is the door handles. People shave them all the time, right? Just cleans it up. I had these cool push button door handles. They're from an early Lincoln Zephyr style. All you'll see is that when you push the button.
I love that it's going to match the key,
You got
the
two
roundness.
Little, two little blips on there. The idea is less is more, right?
I'm seeing this. Sometimes when you go off, I go, what's he going to do? This I see.
I'm just going to work from the back and just kind of spin
Working
around.
your way around.
Yeah, see what else it needs. Looks like Bill and I are on the same page. Now all I gotta do is make it happen. Every good fabrication story starts with a little disassembly. I just feel like the door handles on this Corvair, production-wise, look like add-ons. The French taillights in the back, very slick, very smooth, you know? Side profile of the car, you don't want anything sticking off of that, so I think that the push-button door openers are the key. Because there's a little tab in there. When you push the button, it pushes the button. Can you dig it? They came with this little square plate. That's your door right there. That's pretty clean, eh? It's kind of old-fashioned, but it's also kind of futuristic. My plan here is to center the push button right on top of the interior door mechanism. You know, I want to maximize the leverage to make it the easiest push on the button to open the door possible. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, you got access. Might as well take advantage of it. Oh yeah, much better. That makes it super simple, but you can see the door is curved and this ain't. Flush mount. What's not to like about that? Well, I don't want to say that was easy, but yeah, that looks good. I don't want to warp this door, so I'm going to hop on the other side. You saw me fussing around with that door handle on the other side, reaching up into the car body, but I've come up with a different way of removing door handles. Hi-ya! See? Works just as efficiently. I was working at a custom shop in Japan once, and I was over there fussing with the door handles. The sensei came over, changed my world. Next thing, so we don't look like we have a pimple on our door, and take this little raised thing off, replace it with flat steel. Round peg, round hole. Push the button, open the door. Look at that. Streamlined. You just gained 4 horsepower with that installation. But seriously though, look at the side. It's just slippery now. There's no big refrigerator handle on there. It doesn't even look like it was customized, it's just there. If you didn't know otherwise, it wouldn't make a statement. So we got the taillights, check. Door handles, looking good. Gotta do something up front. And I love the bumper, don't get me wrong, I'm not changing that, but it just needs something to make your eyes like more flat when you look at it. Nothing seals the deal like the full 360. Mr. Cacho called me back out to the spaceport. Just another day in paradise. Oh boy, what's this about?
It's cool, isn't it?
It's neat, yeah.
It's a Kaiser Manhattan.
Yeah, it is. As far as Victor's last-minute enhancements go, we could be in big trouble. Walking in and seeing a whole car as we're approaching the finish line, it could get thick.
It's a donor car.
A donor car? I thought you were like in primer, just about ready to paint. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, sound the alarm. We're coming in on a crash landing.
I seen this car and I knew we had to use a couple parts off of this thing. Look at it. This will solve every problem we've ever had.
So that's your motto, as usual. Nothing fixes cars like more cars, right? I must say, Victor's come to the right place. If there's anyone with special vision that can see the beauty where others might not, it's you-know-who.
Ta-da, look at the front end of that thing.
Yeesh.
More than anything, look at that. Look at this. When I seen this, I said, Ian, gonna be so happy, he's gonna be jumping for joy.
You just want to buy another car. Don't try to play this with me. You saw this and you had to have it. Now you're trying to make excuses.
I'm trying to solve the problem with the headlights. I just solved it.
So you bought a car for a headlight?
Yes.
Typical Victor Cacho. Every time. We can do this, we can do that, anything. Just needs a little of this, a little of that. We're gonna take some of this, put it over there. Every time.
So remember, I wanted a bezel.
Yeah.
I found you the bezel, and I found you the fender. That's like the earrings on a woman right there. Look at that.
I can't argue that point.
We put those on there, and then I could paint it. So I can't paint it till you enhance my headlights.
I see what you're saying. I dig that. I really like that waffle pattern under the headlights too, for sure. I was just a little bit startled at first. I was like, don't tell me you want to put a roof on it now, right? Like, what's that about? In all seriousness, I gotta say, Victor is an incredible parts sourcer. He always comes up with the right stuff in the nick of time. I just hope I don't keel over from a heart attack. One of these surprise enhancements might just do me in. I see the potential. I mean, we got 2 big holes in that car, and I think that could fill them.
The more I look at it, the more I like other parts of that car.
And that is my cue to keep the train moving down the line. We might need some of those horse blinders to keep this enhancement monster on track.
Check this out. You want to see something cool? We primered it so you could see it all as one piece, not Frankenstein. Look at that thing.
Oh yes, this is the first layer of icing on the cake. This is where it really starts to shine, you know? One color in primer, you really get the feeling of the dimension of this vehicle.
You know, we built a couple cars together. This is the coolest one we've ever done, and I thought the boat was cool.
Yeah, the boat was something.
The only missing link was the headlight.
Good call. Sounds like Victor settled on a headlight choice in the nick of time. Seems like we're just about 1 step away from paint.
Yeah, let me get the side view. On the side view's pretty crazy too, the way you have it. Watch, look at it, I'll hold it for you. I mean, look at that, huh?
Way better.
Right, I mean, on the side.
And then you
like,
just take that bulb,
and
rotate
straighten
it.
out. Yep.
I'm really surprised how well this came together. I was having a big problem with the openings in the fender because it was that kind of Batmobile cavern-looking headlight. The Kaiser choice softens it right up.
All right, that's it then. So what's the problem?
What's the problem? What are you gonna do with the rest of the car now?
Hey, now I got another project. Thank you.
I saw right through that from the start.
We brought this car from Reno, and all I needed was this. You're kidding me,
You could have
right?
put that in your carry-on bag for the commuter flight, man.
Hey, what are you doing next week?
I'm going to Disneyland. It's not time to celebrate just yet. I gotta come up with a way to make these headlights look like they belong there, not like we just dragged some car all the way out of Nevada and stuck it on the front of this concoction.
I expected like total deconstruction. I said, I'm gonna get Ian back. And it fits right in.
Pressure fit. I like it.
If the car didn't like it, I don't know what that means.
That's like
Maybe
when
we need a DeSoto. Or
That's like when I feed my dog a piece of apple. That's exactly what happens. It just pops right back out. The #1 challenge with putting these different headlights in place is just the general shape that we created with the fenders to begin with. I kind of see a way through it, but there ain't nothing to it but to do it. These cans are welded in solid now. I'm just gonna patch the sides of the fender. Boom.
That's ridiculous. I try to challenge you, and you come in and make it like boop, boop, boop. Done. What's that all about? I even went out to bring a stupid car in from another state.
I don't have a crystal ball, but something tells me we're gonna be seeing more of this Kaiser in the future. I always wonder what Victor's gonna do with the paint and interior. One of Victor's upholstery guys, Roger, super talented guy, created the entire back seat, upholstery, the whole deal. They came up with some really unique stitching design. It's looking pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Wow.
That's like crazy.
We are T-minus a few days from our moon launch at the Cacho Customs residence. I think we should all prepare for liftoff. We're back at Bill's place, and he's been making some progress on the Corvair.
I love what you've done. The subtlety came out again.
That's my middle name, sir. Don't wear it out.
No, I've seen the other side of you. It's going to be Eli's car, of course. I had he and Martine do a little bit of the body work.
Yeah, no, I like the way they're going about it, too.
It's coming along. Kind of anxious to see what else you've got up your sleeves.
Well, now that you mention it, I'm not just going to let it go with 2 little projects, right? We got the back done. did the door handle, so now I'm thinking a little bit about the front.
That'll be interesting, whatever you do.
I found this thing years ago. This was actually like a billet grille for a Camaro, but it got me thinking about the front of the car. Maybe a little more horizontal action on the front. I think I sold the taillight deal because the car had taillights. I sold the door handle deal because the car had door handles. It has no grille in the front, so he's just like, Something about this just seems very bland. I love the headlights, and what if we could sort of get that to work? I mean, obviously just hanging it on the front like there, it's not the end result. I'm gonna take some duct tape and some paper clips and really fasten that thing. I mean, I see you got the baling wire right there. All I need is that and a sledgehammer, we're good to go.
It's over there.
Yeah, perfect. As they always say, like if you can't convince them with the concept, just thrill them with the comedy. I don't mind parting with this. If you're cool with the idea, I'll just cut this up and see what I can do with it.
I'm not sure about the duct tape and the paper clips.
I mean, when have I led you astray before? This is a new technique. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna strap this baby on there. And...
I have faith. You'll make it work.
Seems like I'm in really good graces at this point. I haven't ruined any of his projects yet, so he's like, all right, I'll give you this one, carry on. I want to get rid of all these tabs. We're definitely not going to be able to utilize those in any way, so let me cut them off, number one. And then the angle of it does not match the hood. About 1 inch out on each side. I just hate to kink or crease these. These are not solid material, these are tubes. Let's see what that do. It's not bending at all. Eek. It's time to unleash the fury. The old double table trick. Working in someone else's shop, you gotta be ready to improvise or compromise as it may be, but the hand technique is not doing it. Told you. Mr. Bill did not see that one coming, I guarantee it. At first thought I was thinking about taking this trim off, but the fact that it's got the key in there, I don't want to mess with that. Everything works perfect. Let's save that for somewhere else on the car. Yeah, the challenge here is to try to make it look like it belongs. It's got to work with this original trim and with the bumper, so it's got to find a happy medium space. I guess I'm just going to start nipping away at these bars and just kind of bring it into position. Yeah, it's interesting because that Falcon that's up on the lift, that's exactly the look I'm trying to achieve, you know, these horizontal bars. But the Corvair panel, it's actually tilted way back. You know, you hear the term the flying V, right? So this flat horizontal grille bar is starting to look like that. That's not what I want. So I'm gonna cut this right down the middle. What I'm trying to follow is this. So this has got to slide in and meet up with that. Once the cut's been made, the challenge is bringing these into position because parallel surface like this becomes like that. So you got the open bottom, so you gotta trim it together. Now it's cut in half, it's all trimmed out. It's getting fit in a way that the good Lord never intended, nor any designer at General Motors. Once I got the center pretty dialed in, you know, I'm looking towards the headlight side of things, and of course, that support bracket is right in the way. I think I'm gonna move that in. It's not welded, it's all riveted together, so I knew if I was gonna change it, I could just drill out the rivets and move it around. All right, now we have 2 pieces, narrowed, ready for action. Rivets, they're not just for breakfast anymore. Now is where the cuts really start to count. In other words, it's time to not mess it up. But just so I have a little mirror action to what I'm about to do on the next side, I'm gonna pin this in place. It's like all finished work. What you see is what you see. There ain't no lying, there ain't no hiding. What you get is what you get. Yeah, so I mean, looking at the Falcon and looking at the Corvair, they could be friends. I think that grille bar, really, you know, now it looks like a classic American car. I'm happy about it. I mean, you do the Corvair before and after, I think I know which one I'd pick. All in all, you know, it's kind of a weird decision to put a grille on the front of an air-cooled car, but I'm looking at it more as trim work. There's just a few finishing details before I do put it in place permanently. Not happy with the red paint behind it though. It's still kind of bugging me. You know, just my 2 cents. I can't leave anything alone. Back at Bill's, and this Corvair's undergone some changes.
Mr. Russell,
Hey, hey. Hey, Eli.
Hey,
Good to
how's
see
it
you.
going?
Right on, man.
what do you think?
Looks great.
Yeah.
Way better than that scabby red paint.
Oh yeah, I love the primer. It looks awesome.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love what you did with the grill.
Thanks, man. Looking at it from 100 yards away, man, like you don't even recognize it as a Corvair.
Exactly.
The grill changes it like a lot.
Exactly.
Finished up this front grille design. I put this black backing plate, some metal behind the chrome bars. Just makes it look like every other grille. You know, you have this opening that the radiator's in. This car doesn't have that, so the black background, it kind of makes the stainless or chrome trim pop a little better.
Gives it character.
Yeah, I agree. I could tell right away that Eli's stoked on this thing. You know, it's all prep until finally it's there, and he's like that shining face. What got you interested in this? Just seeing it and you liked it, or?
Well, I just love the body style. You know, it caught my eye. You know, it's got the engine in the back that's pretty unique. It's just a sweet looking little small car, you know?
You could see just the process, it's super satisfying. That's what got me hooked. It's like as soon
Oh,
as
yeah.
you see you made something, just kind of like, wow, I
You
could
get
do
to
more.
work on something and, you know, see what you've done. Oh yeah, I've definitely learned a lot on this car.
Nice. It's the 3 T's, man.
There.
Things take time. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. Martine and Eli are a pretty good team.
Eli and Martine, they followed up where I left off. They did the body work and got it into primer. Eli's just taken hints and guidance from Martine, who's more experienced, and I've always been a huge advocate of teaching and learning. And I've learned pretty much by myself, by making mistakes. To have a good guidance is critical. I think they did a good job. It looks nice. You guys did it. It looks good.
Thanks.
One of my favorite things about Bill, he's such a giver, and this opportunity he's giving Eli with this vehicle, come on into my shop, here's a car, learn this. I mean, top-notch stuff. Overall, I'm happy with the changes I made. You know, I did exercise some restraint. I think the back is my favorite part. Really made that car look a lot wider. Right on, man. Yeah, the license plate light even works.
Yeah.
I like it, dude.
Just, there's nothing that would fit better.
I think the big takeaway for this project is, you know, I tend to go full custom, right? But really, for the average person or a young dude with a little bit of free time, you know, you could pull off some stuff pretty quickly and really make the car stand apart from the rest.
I'm really excited to get this thing on the road.
Heck yeah, man. You're natural. Fits you. Got a little surprise for you, man. This one seat deal's been bugging me. My buddy Tom, he had a Corvair and it had all the seats.
Wow, that's
Yeah, dude.
awesome. Are those original seats?
Oh yeah, 100%. Same
Awesome.
year too, 1966.
Wow.
Wow, what a find. Everything you need, Eli.
Slightly used, and they're free. There's one big thing Bill and I have in common, and that's just knowing where the parts are, keeping a mental record. So Bill got this car somehow knowing a guy, and I got the interior somehow knowing a guy.
Fits.
That's the look, right?
Awesome.
I pulled the door panels out. He's got a new dashboard cover, and then all the seats, so you're back in action.
Awesome, that's sweet. Thanks, Ian.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Nice job, Ian. Thank you very much.
I'll be back. Next time, let's do something a little bit weirder. This was an easy one.
Too easy.
Yeah. Now that we've got him started on it, dude, look up sectioning, look up chop tops. I mean, we could put this on hydraulics. Primo. Primo. It just brings back memories, you know, a kid in his custom first car, about 100 or so years ago, that looked just like me. All smiles in a primer gray car. Been juggling 2 projects at this point, and my buddy Victor hit me up. He said, hey, come out to this car show. I got something for you to see. Gotta say, I miss this neighborhood, man. We don't have car culture like this out in the middle of the desert,
Just a Saturday afternoon,
right? Victor did it again. I'm kind of knocked out. I mean, here's the car with all the details attended to, and now we're cruising. Southern California is like the mecca for custom cars. I mean, it's proven. You got VWs, you got lowriders, you got lifted trucks, you got some Harleys, all kinds of stuff. I mean, people are just super into this culture.
This is what it's all about. This is where I get my inspiration. You got some incredible stuff as the kid just starting out, getting ideas, scraping his money up to do what he has to do. Look at the wheels on
Yeah,
that
I
thing
like
just
that.
turn back and forth.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the problem.
This is exactly where it's at for Victor, you know, behind the wheel, checking out other people's rides, and he's just like, hey, look at that, we gotta do one of those. I don't know what to say about it. He's out of control, man. We don't have a parking spot, man. What are we gonna do about this? I guess we gotta go home. This show is put on by Victor's nephew, Vince. He's a part owner of this cruiser brand. This is their first car show. Pretty big turnout for a couple of kids from Silmar.
So what do you think, Ian?
I can't believe it. Wow, that's all I could say. I love the paint. Look at the fin. Look at the way the purple pops off of over the curve. It's so good.
So I said, I can't go wrong with white. And then I had a few enhancements. Then this is what happened.
I love the simple graphics. And man, you know, the last minute clutch decision, you know, to buy a car for the headlights worked out perfect.
Oh yeah, no, that hurt me. I still haven't told my wife yet.
Right? I didn't know where we were going when we picked that car in the desert, but it's a pretty good turnaround. Out of all the comments, the most asked question that I'm hearing is, what is it?
Is that an Imperial?
It's DeSoto, Kaiser, Cadillac.
It's all three of them.
It was a 60 Chrysler with a 60 Cadillac, a 48 Kaiser.
A lot of stuff. As you know, it's not a simple answer.
DeSoto, Kaiser, Cadillac, Chrysler, Kaiser, 53 Ford station wagon. And underneath that is a cop car Interceptor.
The whole thing for me is it's full custom, right? It's a mismatch of this and that and a little sprinkle of something else.
It's a Caddy, DeSoto, Chrysler, Ford. Don't ask what it is because we don't know.
We're trying to figure it out. It's pretty spaceship-y. You know, the headlights that he chose, the grille.
And the thing is, putting the back window in the front, I said, that's ridiculous, but look at what it did.
It just looks so low with the windshield all laid down like that. I'm really impressed on the rear view of this car. I was having trouble with the Cadillac bumper, just chrome the center and bodywork right up to the now exhaust ports. I love it.
Of course, I had to keep the same theme all the way through. Simplicity, right?
Yeah, all that stitch work and the perforated vinyl. You never even know it was a police car underneath. A lot of behind-the-scenes help with this one. Roger nailed these seats and door panels. Hector, he's pretty much the heavy hitter on this. He does all that hard block sanding, etc. Javi, he's the MacGyver. He makes it happen. Lino's another interior dude, but he's a jack of all trades. Ronnie did the midnight shift on a few things. Bob Coslet nailing the graphics, as usual. It's a family affair.
It all starts out as a joke, right?
Yeah.
And this is what you get. It's kind of, I don't know if it's good or bad, but hey,
Oh, it's
it
good.
looks cool to me.
I think this is my favorite one yet.
And I even put sparkles in there for you. I know how you like
I
sparkles.
love it, man. I'm gonna have to put on my Elvis suit to drive this thing. Again, like huge thanks to Victor for just being the ace collaborator. I mean, sane men would never venture down this path. But here we are at the finish line. What a ride.